Dear friends, Maths Aspirants is a community of math students, research scholars, and teachers that I initiated in the year 2017. And we used to conduct several online problem solving sessions to help the students who prepare for uh, different competitive examinations. And as a part of that series, today we have a session on the Part A questions of CSIR-NET examinations. Today we have Dr. Sushmitha P is with us to discuss this topic. Sushmitha is currently working as an assistant professor at VIT campus, Chennai. Sushmitha did her Ph.D. from IIT Madras. And as you know, in a competitive examinations like NET, every mark is very important in determining your rank. So actually it is around 20 marks questions were there from part A, and all that can be obtained without much difficulty as compared to the subject questions. So getting the marks from that particular area will be definitely help you to score a good rank in the NET and JRF rank list. So I hope that today's session will be really helpful for you to improve your rank and improving the chance of getting cleared this examination. So I hope I welcome everyone to this program, and I express my sincere thanks to Dr. Sushmitha for joining with us. Welcome, Sushmitha.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the introduction. And it's my pleasure. You've been organizing this, and it's really great that a lot of people are actively participating. Students are very active, and even on the WhatsApp groups, if there is a doubt, there is definitely someone who is responding immediately and all that. So it's really nice that people are interested and trying to help each other with all doubts and all that. So yeah, let me start off straight away, and maybe I'll switch off my video and switch it on at the end so that there's no internet problem in between. So yes, for today's session, the topic given is how to crack Part A questions of CSIR-NET. So you must have a lot of YouTube videos and all that where people teach you problems of Part A and all that. So in today's session, I'm not an expert or anything in solving the aptitude questions or anything. I also just attempt at the exam hall. So what the main motivation for today's talk, what I want to convey is that a lot of people skip Part A, thinking that it is difficult and you don't need, means you might not be able to answer, or you are wasting your time or things like that. People assume that Part A is not accessible or anything. So I just want to clear off that myth. And as sir said, every mark matters in a competitive exam. In fact, every wrong answer that you give fetches you a negative marking. So even every answer matters, whether it is right or wrong. So every single possible way of getting a better rank, that is what should be the aim throughout that 3 hours. So maybe my strategy was half an hour for Part A, not a minute more than that. So if I finish it earlier, then it is well and good, but not a minute more than half an hour. So 2.5 hours was for the subject part, and half an hour was for Part A. And one thing is, the best way to score maximum marks is when you read every single question in the question paper, because you don't know where an easy question is hidden. So reading every single question in the question paper is the best way you can score the maximum marks. So for today's session, I have just included 2 question papers. I felt that if I split the question based on like logical questions, numerical ability questions. If I split it like that, then it might not do justice to the how to crack part A of NET exam. So I have included 2 question papers completely. So part A, 2 question papers, and let's do it one by one. Means we will assume that we are writing the exam, and then we will see what is the strategy in which we have to go ahead doing the problems. So whenever we find a difficult question, or if we think that it is difficult, let's skip it, because we have 20 questions, and out of which we have to answer only 15 questions. So 15 into 2, 30 marks, and there is a negative marking as well. So we need to be very careful. Let's answer the questions in a way as if we are attempting in the exam hall. So we will skip whenever we find that this question is tricky or something. But anyway, we will try to solve all the questions. But let's first go ahead one question paper at a time. We will do it like how we do it in the exam hall. So yeah, part A, as I already mentioned, 20 questions, out of which we have to answer 15. So we have the freedom to leave out 5 questions completely. Even if we want to fetch full marks in part A, we still have the freedom to leave out certain questions. So I have taken a December 2019 question, because any recent paper you must have definitely seen or solved. So a little old paper, maybe December 2019, and June 2016 paper I have taken, because that is old, and people might, at least you people might not have seen it. There is a high possibility that most of you have not seen it, and it has a lot of maths oriented questions. So I have taken these 2 papers. So let's start. Again, my aim is not to teach you be an expert in part A or anything. Our aim is just to, I will be happy if all of you are motivated to attempt part A in the next CSIR exam. That's it. Okay. So yeah, part A, it is actually a very vast topic. This general aptitude is something that's really vast. So covering all the topics, preparing, being 100% prepared for it is not possible. So we'll do a little, like we will take a question paper, we will do what we can to it, and yeah, again, the aim is to make sure that you attempt part A in the next question exam. Okay, so let's do it question wise. So we will skip whenever we feel that the question is difficult or it is tricky and it may be, we might be wrong. So we will skip like that, and then we will try to see and how many questions we are able to answer and what is the time that we have covered as well. Okay. So since it's a discussion, here we might actually take a little longer time than we do in the exam hall, but that's okay. We can scale it down a bit. Okay, so we'll keep this completely interactive. Okay. Yeah, so let's start. It's 10:40. So we will target half an hour. Anyway, it's going to overshoot, but that's okay. Okay. So the first question, a dart is randomly thrown on a circular board on which two concentric rings of radii r and 2r having the same width are marked. So there is a dart board and there are two concentric rings and each ring is of some width. Okay, forgive my really bad circles, but let's assume that these are circles and yeah, two rings basically. And let's assume that the width is also same, even though they don't look the same. So there's some width for each of the rings. One is of radius r and the other is of radius 2r. Okay. The probability of the dart hitting the smaller ring is, okay. What is your approach? What are we going to do here? Or should we even skip the question and go ahead? Please unmute and talk. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? Attempt the question? Skip? Is it easy, difficult? What is it?
Ma'am, let attempt the question, ma'am.
Okay. So what is the approach? What do we do? Okay, we want the probability of the dart hitting the smaller ring. So we want the dart hitting this portion of the dartboard. So what do we do? What is it? Can you please repeat?
Dart means?
Dartboard. You have that game, no, where you throw and you hit.
Okay, ma'am. Understand, ma'am. Continue.
Yeah. So how do we approach the problem? You can maybe quickly Google what a dartboard is.
Okay, ma'am. I got it.
Yeah. So what do we do? Quick, you need to be quick. We don't have much time. Just half an hour for part A is what the initial strategy was.
Ma'am,
If it's
is
difficult,
it
you can
1 by
skip.
4?
Yeah, but how? Everything means we need to look at how you arrived at 1 by 2 as well. So the time consumed matters, right?
We find the perimeter
Okay.
and find the ratio.
No,
So
but
it-
perimeter is not okay, no, because you have a portion like this, which you want to hit. There is
area.
this portion. Yeah, you need to actually calculate this area. And because it's probability, you have to divide by the total area, right? Yeah, so what is the probability? Okay, whatever this is. Say this is radius some small r and say this is some, the width is some small w. What is the probability that the dart hits here? Means we hit here on the dartboard. What is the probability?
1 by 2.
No. I'm talking about this portion. Means we are not, now let's not look at the original problem at all. What is the probability that we reach this portion in a thing, in a bigger circle? We have this little portion where we want to hit. What is the probability? How will you find the probability?
Ma'am, at first we have
Base of the probability, ma'am.
What is it?
then we have to find the area of the that ring.
Area of the smallest ring, area of the ring divided by the total area.
Right. So area of the shaded region divided by total area, right? That is probability here. So what is the area of the shaded region?
Area of the biggest circle minus area of the smallest circle.
Right. So that's going to be pi r plus w squared minus pi w squared, right? So we have two circles, or minus pi r squared, the smaller circle. So this is of radius r and this distance is w, width. So area of the bigger circle minus area of the smaller circle. So that's this, right? Divided by the big area of the circle, big circle. So let's say this is some s. So pi s squared. So what is this? Pi r squared minus pi r squared. We'll get 2 r w pi plus pi w squared divided by pi s squared. So we can ignore the pi. Yeah. So we have 2 r w. Can you please mute? I'm getting an echo of myself. Okay, thank you. So we have 2rw plus w squared by s squared. So whenever I have a circle like this, so I have a big circle and then I have a little portion within it. If I want to hit that little portion, this is going to be my probability. So now for the given problem, what is it? What is it for the given problem?
2r, ma'am.
Yeah, we have a capital R and then we have a capital 2 times capital R. And one more thing is given here. So the width is much lesser than the radius. So the width that we are considering is much lesser than the radius. So we can ignore this portion, right? The W squared portion. 2RW by S squared. Because W is itself small with respect to S, whatever is the radius. So W squared is going to be even smaller. Right? So yeah, now what is it? What do we do now? Instead of our small r, we have capital R here. So the probability of hitting this smaller region would be capital 2 capital R W by S squared. And what is the total thing? The probability of hitting throughout is what?
Pi 2r power square.
No, this R gets replaced with 2R, right? The radius of the bigger one is capital, 2 times capital R, right?
Right.
So that's going to be 4R W by S squared, right? Agree?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So now when we cancel out the terms, what we get is 1 by 2. We did actually spend a lot of time, right? It's 1 by 2 probability that it hits the larger ring. What is the probability that it hits the larger ring? It's this, right? Is it clear to everyone?
Clear, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So we have a ring. We first calculated what is the probability that the dart hits any ring of radius small r and width capital W. Now we know that the width here and the width here are the same in the given problem. So we are just we just need to replace small r with whatever is the radius that we have. So that's going to be capital R for this ring and 2 times capital R for the bigger ring, and then we just take the ratio, so we get 1 by 2. So the probability of the dart hitting the smaller ring is half the probability that it hits the larger ring. So smaller ring by larger ring we have taken, so it's half time, half, the ratio is half. So we actually spent a lot of time on this. We will see if it was a good strategy or not. So let's go ahead. Okay. So examine the following statements. Fat cells normally produce hormone A in proportion to the amount of fat. Obese individuals, however, have lower than normal levels of hormone A. Hormone A reduces food intake. So we have two statements. Which of the following is a valid inference based on the above statements? Impaired production of hormone A causes obesity. Impaired action of hormone A causes obesity. Obesity results into lower level of hormone A. Excess food intake causes depletion of hormone A. What will you do? Will you attempt this problem, skip, or what shall we do?
We can skip, ma'am.
Yeah, it's better to skip because one thing, it's some kind of science involved, and looking at the options, it's not easy to identify. We need to spend some time and read both the statements properly. Only then we will be able to attempt. So it is a good choice to skip the question. Anyway, we have 5 questions extra in hand. Okay, the next question. The length of a rod is measured repeatedly by 2 persons. Person A reports the length to be 1002 plus or minus 1 centimeter. So the length for person A is 1001 to 1003. This is the range of the length measured by person A. While person B reports the length to be 1001 plus or minus 2. So that's 999 to 1003. Okay, so this is the range that B has given, and this is the range that A has given. It is known from a more reliable method that the length is 1000.1 plus or minus 0.5. So the actual length, or a more reliable source says that the length is 1000.1 plus or minus 0.5. So minus 0.5 would be 999.6 comma 1000.6. So which of the following statements is correct? Measurements made by B are less accurate but more precise compared to those of A. Okay, so it's about precision and accuracy. What do you want to do? Attempt or skip? What is precision? What is accuracy? What is accuracy and what is precision?
Ma'am, you can explain and continue, ma'am, this problem.
Okay. So it's okay. You want to attempt this, right?
Yeah,
Because
ma'am.
it seems.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So accuracy. Well, when you say a value is accurate, is when the error is small. So we know an actual thing. Okay, a reliable range. So we want to make sure that the error is small for the reading to be more accurate. And precision says that whatever you have calculated, you don't give a big range. So when the range is small, so you don't want too much of variation. That is what precision tells. And accuracy says the error is small. So which one's error is smaller? This is the range of A, this is the range of B. Which one's error is smaller?
A, ma'am.
Is it A or B?
A.
Why is A's error smaller?
Only three options. 1001, 1002, 1003.
No. Error means you have to check how far it is from
Delta.
the actual value. So
B, I think.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
yeah. So both of the right hand values are 1003. So that is not going to make a difference. The left hand values are going to make the difference, right?
Okay, ma'am. Understand.
So the error for B is smaller, right? Because we have from 999. So here 999.6 is the starting actual value. But then here we have 1001. So we are actually missing out a lot of values before this, right? But B is covering all that. So the accuracy of B is better. Agree?
Agree.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So the accuracy of B is better. And what about the precision? Precision means the range should be small. Means you shouldn't give too much of variation in your values. So that you can get even directly from here. Plus or minus 1. So the range is going to vary for like maximum 2 centimeter. And when it is B, it is going to vary for 4 centimeter. So A is more precise. Agree?
Agree.
Yeah. So A is more precise. A is more precise and less accurate. So this is the option. A is more precise but less accurate compared to B. Okay, so this was a good attempt. Okay, 7 chairs numbered 1 to 7 are placed around a round table. So we have a round table, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Starting from chair number 5, a person keeps going around the table anti-clockwise. After crossing 41 chairs, the person will reach the chair number. Okay, this is a definite attempt question, right? Even if you're going to spend a lot of time, you're definitely going to get the right answer to this question. So you have to definitely attempt this question. So how will we do it in less time? So there is a table like this, and then you're going anti-clockwise, starting from chair number 5. And you have to see what happens after crossing 41 chairs. So when we start from 5, after we go one round, what happens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So after 7 chairs, we will be again at 5, right?
So for all multiples of 7, we will be at 550 position.
Perfect. So it's going to be like this. Then what? 35 and then 42. So 42 will be here. We want to see what happens after 41 chairs. So the 41st chair would be this. So after 41, it will be
5.
Yeah.
5.
So this is a straightforward question. You definitely should attempt this. Even if you're going to count till 41, you're going to attempt this question because you know this is going to fetch you 2 marks. But the faster you do it, the better it is. Okay. And then we have a graphical question. The trends of 2 quantities over 5 years are shown in the graph. Which of the following are valid inferences? Okay, there is some year and then value quantity 1 and quantity 2. The mean values of the quantities are nearly equal. Are the mean values equal? This is going from here to here. So the mean is going to be somewhere in between. And this is also going from here to here. The mean is going to be somewhere here. Not here, but somewhere here. Right? Mean means what? The average of the quantities, right? So is this option correct? Means is this statement correct? The mean values of the quantities are nearly equal. Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The variations in 2 quantities are nearly equal. Is it correct?
No.
ma'am.
No. It's clearly not correct because quantity is actually varying a lot, whereas quantity 1 is not varying much at all. Okay. Quantity 1 varies less over the given period as compared to quantity 2.
Yes.
True, I
Yeah.
think.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's exactly the statement that I made just now, right? Quantity 2 is actually varying from this portion to this portion, whereas quantity 1 is varying between this is the maximum value and this is the minimum value. So for quantity 1, the variation is very less. So now we look at the options. Only 1 is true, only 2 is true, 1 and 3 are true. This is correct, right? So this was also an easy question, and it's not tricky or doubtful. So we can definitely attempt this question. Okay, something related to Venn diagram. Which of the, yeah, yes.
Ma'am, I think for the 4th question, the answer is a 7, ma'am.
For the 4th question, the answer is,
Yes, ma'am. I too think so.
okay, why? After 41 chairs.
We have to starting from 5, ma'am. After
Okay.
7 steps, we still reach at 6, ma'am.
Okay, 1, 2, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
After 7 steps, we are standing in 6, ma'am.
Okay, starting from 5. Okay, fine. So
We're
this is
going
going to be 7.
anti-clockwise.
Right. Yeah, I made a mistake. Starting from 5, so we have to start from 5. I started from 4 instead. Okay. So yeah, then this would be all multiples of 7, 28, 35, 42. So, okay, then?
At 42, we will be at 6.
Yes, ma'am. Therefore, at 41st step, we will be at 7, ma'am.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After 7 chairs, we are here. Okay. Oh, no, we start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, at the 7th position, we are here. So at the 42nd position, we will be here.
So for 41st position, we will be at 7.
Yeah. Okay. Right. But after crossing should have been
Sir,
6,
ma'am.
right?
Yeah. Ma'am, this after crossing should mean that it should start from 4, right? So only if after crossing one chair, we get 4.
Starting from chair number 5, it's given. So we start from chair number 5. So this is it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 21, 28, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. So at the 41st position, it will be 7, right? So this is the 41st position.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay, we are safe here because we don't have option 6, right? So in that way, we are safe.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, shall I say something?
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, starting from chair number 5, after crossing one chair means what does it mean?
After crossing one chair, it would mean that we are in this position, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what did we do previously is only correct, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Option 5 is the correct.
Yes.
After crossing 7 chairs, we reach 5. Continuously crossing 41 chair. After crossing 41 chair, we reach 5 only. 42nd chair.
Okay, 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then we have this as the 7th chair, right? So this is our 7th chair, 14th chair, 21st chair, 28th, 35th, and 42nd chair.
No, ma'am. Starting from 5. First
Yeah.
chair is 4. First chair is 4.
No,
Second chair,
starting from 5 means, oh, you're saying after crossing. So after crossing one chair, it would be here, right?
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
After crossing 2 chairs, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, so what we did previously was right?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, let me quickly open the solution, means the answer key, and check what is the thing. Yeah, so what we did previously was right. 5 is the correct answer.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So all the 7, 14, 28 and all would be here. 21, 28, 35, 42 is this. So 5 is the correct answer. So is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I will repeat this. So starting from chair number 5, after crossing 41 chairs, what happens? So when you go from 5 to 4, you have actually crossed one chair. So you've crossed one chair here, crossed 2 chairs, 3 chairs, 4 chairs, 5 chairs, 6 chairs. And when you cross 7 chairs, you are at 5 again. So when you cross 14 chairs, you will be here. 21 chairs, you will be here. 28, you will be here. 35, you will be here. And after you cross 42 chairs, you will be here. After you cross 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right?
Yes, ma'am, that's the point. After crossing 42 chairs, we are at 5. But here in the question, it was written after crossing 41 chairs.
After crossing one chair, you're here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After crossing 6 chairs, we are here.
Ma'am, you'll count from 5 now?
Yeah.
And after crossing 41 chair, we should be in 42nd chair. So 5 is 42nd chair is 5.
Okay. Fine. Yes. So we start from 5. So after crossing 41 chairs, we should be at the 42nd chair, which is 5, right?
Right now.
Now is it clear to everyone?
No, ma'am. Can you explain once more?
Yeah. So you start from 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So after 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you are at the 7th position when you reach 5, right? Means after one round, you have gone across 7 chairs and then you're at 5. So after crossing 41 chairs, you will be at the 42nd position, which is again at 5, right? All multiples of 7 will be here, will be my fifth chair. So after crossing 41 chairs, you will be at the 42nd position, which is again chair number 5. Now is it clear? All multiples of 7 will correspond to the 5th chair.
So, ma'am, we are on the 5th position, no?
Yeah.
So, and that is the 42, chair number 42, no?
Yeah.
So 41
After
on the
crossing
6th.
41 chairs, you will be at the 42nd chair.
Where will the person reach? Reach is the question. So,
yeah, after
crossing
crossing
41,
41
we will
chair,
reach 42nd chair. That is fine.
And the 42nd chair is chair number 5. Right?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Which of the following diagrams can represent the relationships between houses, offices, and buildings? Okay, this is a pretty easy question, right? Houses, offices, and buildings. What will the relationship be? What do we know about a house?
First one.
Will be the first one, right? Because all houses are buildings and all offices are buildings. So houses and offices should come inside the buildings thing. And there are other buildings also, not just houses and offices. So it will be this. This is the only case where that happens. There is an intersection because some people use their house as office as well, right? So houses and offices. So this is a definite attempt question. Okay. The difference between the squares of two consecutive integers is this. So we have two consecutive integers and then n and n plus 1. Difference between their squares is 408235. Okay. The sum of the numbers. What is the sum of the numbers? N plus 1. This is what we want to find out. Okay, let's simplify this and find out what n is. What do we get here? N squared. You directly get 2n plus 1. You needn't even find n. So you directly get 2n plus 1 when you simplify this. So it's going to be the same number. So this is, you can attempt this question in less than 10 seconds. So this is a short question. Is there a question? Okay. In a certain cipher language, bike is coded as YFHB and car is coded as ZXO. Then what is scooter? So in problems like this, the best thing is look for letters whose code is already known. So we know the code for E. What is it? B. So the second last option should be B. This is the only thing. And R is from here, O. So it should end in BO. So this is the only possibility, right? You needn't check anything. You needn't identify what is the decipher that is actually happening. You needn't do anything like that. Just look for letters which already, whose code you already know, right? Because if in this language, bike is coded like this, in the same language, the letter E is not going to have any other code, right? So is it clear why this question is straightforward? Means What is the easiest way to attempt this question?
Yeah, ma'am,
Yes,
clear.
Yeah. You can actually sit
Yes,
and find
ma'am.
out what is the relation. I think it's going 2 steps backward, 2 or 3 steps backward. The letters are going 2 or 3 steps backward, but there is no need to do all that. Just look for the common letters and then find the code. Okay. A move of a coin is defined as crossing any number of points in a straight line on a 4x4 grid horizontally. So you can go horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. Okay, so you can do all these things. What is the least number of moves in which a coin starting from the indicated position can cover all 9 points within the marked square? Okay, so within this square. Will you attempt this question or not?
Explain, ma'am. Attempt, we can attempt.
Okay, so you have a coin is placed here and then you want to move either horizontally, vertically, or diagonally, and then you want to cover all the points within this thing, the marked square. And what is the minimum number of lines that you have to draw? That is the question. Will you attempt this question or not? That is the first question.
Try and attend, ma'am. Definitely.
Okay, I will say do not attempt because it's asking for the least number of moves. You might come up with a solution, okay? But that may not be the least. You don't know if there is a better solution, right? So in that case, it's safe not to attempt this because, okay, let's simply go across. So 1, I think this is a really bad solution because we are allowed to go diagonally as well. Okay, I can't think of something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is 5 an option? Yes. There is still 4 option. Means there is an option with 4. So you don't know if there is any better attempt, right? At the first shot, you might not be able to get the smallest possible move. But if you're able to get it, then well and good. If you're getting 4, then it is fine. If you're getting a path in which you're doing only 4 moves, then it is fine because there is no smaller option. If you get a path in which you have only 4 lines, it means that you are already at the least because the least cannot be in the options. We don't have a number smaller than 4. But if you get 5, 6, or 7, then it's risky because there might be a number which is smaller. Okay, so let's skip this question. We'll come back and do this, but let's skip it for the moment. Okay, consider a location on the earth where the sun is overhead at noon. Okay, so this is at 12 o'clock. The sun is here and we are at this position. Compared to its shadow at 10 a.m. Okay, at 10 a.m. the sun would have been somewhere here. The shadow of a tower. Okay, so there is a tower at this position. The shadow of the tower at 4 p.m. would be. At 4 p.m. the sun would have moved here and here. So say somewhere like this, it's 4 p.m. So this is say 2 p.m. The shadow of the tower would be twice longer, thrice longer. Okay, we need to look at the shadow of the tower at 10 a.m. and the shadow of the tower at 4 a.m. So what do we do? Attempt this question or leave?
Should attempt, ma'am.
Okay. So what will we do here?
Using trigonometry.
Yeah. So at 10 a.m. say the shadow is here and at 4 p.m. the shadow is here. So we are going to look at this. What do we know? More than this, what can we tell? So we need angles, right? What is this angle or this angle we need to know, right? What can we tell? So the shadow at 10 and the shadow at 2 will be at the same angle, right? Assuming the sun is moving from one side to the other in a uniform way, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what will the shadow at, what will be the relation between shadow at 10 and shadow at 4, the angle? What can we tell about the angle? Okay, first let's assume, let's check one thing. Which shadow will be longer, the 10 one or the 4 one?
4-1, ma'am. Twice
Fourth
longer.
one.
Twice longer than 10th.
Okay, so the sun is at a lower position at 4 p.m. So the shadow will be shorter there, right?
No, ma'am. Shadow will be longer.
Ma'am, it depends on from which angle we are looking at. But in this question, it is only given option. All options are longer, so we don't need to consider that. I think.
Right. So this portion is the shadow at 4 and this portion is the shadow at 10. So what can we tell about the angles? Do you agree that the angle is going to be twice? The angle at 10 and the angle at 2 will be the same, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the angle at 4 will be, it's going to be twice, right?
No, ma'am.
Yes.
So this is at 8 and then 6. Let's say the sun starts, rises at 6, sets at 6. So at every, it's at a distance of 2. We are looking at 2 hours away from each other. So the angle here
30
and the angle
degree.
here. Which will be 30 degree?
The angle between 6 and 8.
Okay. The angle between, right. So the angle between 6 and 8 here, it would be 30. 8 and 10. So at 10, the angle will be 60 degree, right?
I think that angle is 30.
This angle will be 30, right? At 4 o'clock, it will be 30, right? This is 30.
Ma'am, can I say something?
Yeah, sure, please.
At 4 p.m., the shadow is formed in left side, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I wrote this portion. Okay.
The angle may be less in left side, I think.
Yeah. I agree that the shadow will be on the other side, but okay. X is length of shadow at 4 p.m. Okay. And Y is length of shadow at 10 a.m. So at 10 a.m., the shadow will be on this side. And at 4 p.m., the shadow will be on this side. And the angle is like what you said. So at 10, at every 2 hours, there will be an increase of angle 30 degree, right? Means 30, 30, 30. At this portion, it will be 90 degrees. And again, reducing 30, 30, 30, and then 0, right? Agree? Is this correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So now we've got the angles. So we just have to find out the length of the shadow at 10 a.m. to the length of the shadow at 4 p.m. So X by Y we have to find out. What do we know? X is equal to, let's say the height of the tower is H, tan 60 is opposite by adjacent. And tan 30 is opposite by adjacent. So what is H from here? Tan 60 is √3, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And here H is tan 30 is 1 by √3. So Y by √3. So √3x is equal to Y by √3. We want X by Y. So that's going to be, we want X by Y or Y by X. Compared to the shadow at 10 a.m. Okay. The shadow of the tower at 4 p.m. would be. So we want Y by X. 3 times. right? We want the shadow of the tower at 4 p.m. in comparison to the shadow at 10 a.m. So we want y by x that's equal to 3. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Please repeat.
Okay. Is this figure clear? How we got this figure?
Ma'am, how you take 60-degree angle?
So what I'm doing is I'm assuming, so the sun rises at 6 and sets at 6. Okay. So at 6, I'm going to be at 0 degree, both the 6s, 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Right? And then I'm checking what happens after every 2 hours. At 12, I'm at noon. So I'm at a 90 degree, means the shadow is, there's no shadow at all. It's overhead. So at 12, we are at 90 degree. Agreed? And then it's going to come back.
Yes, ma'am.
And then it's going to come to 6. So now I want to see what is the change in angle of the shadow at every 2 hours, right? So here this is 0 degree, here this is 90 degree, and I'm again back at 0 degree here. So in between I have these two numbers equidistant. So this is going to be 60 degree and this is going to be 30 and 60. This is again going to be 90 minus 30. So it's going to reduce here and then it's going to be 30 here and then it's going to reduce to 0. Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now at 4 o'clock, the shadow is going to fall on this side. So that's what I've written here. So y is the length of the shadow at 4 o'clock. So the angle at 4 o'clock is 30 degree, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is the other one at 10 a.m. So now is the problem clear?
Got it, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Okay. There are 9 identical balls, one of which is heavier than the other 8. Okay. What is the least number of weighings using a 2-pan balance needed for definitely identifying the heavier ball? Again, it's asking for the least number. So this is actually a tricky question. It cannot be 1. Just by 1 weighing, you cannot identify the heavier ball. So if you are able to get 2, then it is fine. If you're getting any number 3 or 4, it's better not to answer this question because we don't know if there is a better way of doing it. So we'll skip this question at the moment, okay, because it's tricky. Means we don't want negative marks as well. That's why we are playing it safe. So let's skip this question. So is it clear why I'm asking you to skip such questions?
Yes, that we should find the least number.
Yeah, when they're asking for an optimum, you don't know if there is a better way of doing. You might get a solution, but there may be a better way of doing it. So it's better to skip such questions. Okay. Here again, we have a geometry question. We have 4 points on a circle, A, B, C, D, 4 consecutive points. A, B, C, D. A, B, B, C, and C, D are 10 centimeters each. And DA is 20 centimeter. Okay. So DA has to be long. DA has to be long and all the other 3 should be of the same distance. So this is 10, 10, 10, and this is 20. The radius of the circle is. How do we do this problem? Okay, from the figure, it's obvious what the radius of the circle is, right? Yeah, from the figure, it's obvious that it is 10, but then we don't know if this is the only way possible, right? Like, why should it be only this? Why can't AD be somewhere else? Okay, maybe we can skip this question as well because there's something in geometry that's used which we don't know, right?
But consecutive points,
Yeah.
4 consecutive points there is given. So we can say that D is the point after C.
Okay. But then my thing was, why should AD be the diameter? That is the thing. That's how we got 10 in the first attempt, right? Radius is 10. When AD is the diameter, then we know the radius is 10. It's intuitively clear that AD has to be the diameter because all these other 3 chords are of the same length. So this is like an isosceles trapezium, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but why should this be the only case?
Ma'am, it's half of a regular hexagon fitted on a circle.
Sorry, can you please repeat that?
It's half of a regular hexagon fitted on a circle.
Right, agreed. But my thing is, why should that be the only possibility? I agree that it is half of a regular hexagon, but why can't it be anything else? Like, why isn't there any other possibility?
Because any other figure would have been, like if it was a pentagon, then it would have been different. Heptagon or all those things wouldn't give rise to a diameter.
Okay. Okay, fine. So we can at least, take the risk of attempting this question, and we get that the radius is 10. But is it clear why the radius is 10? Like, straightforward. AD becomes the diameter of the circle, right? Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Ma'am, excuse me.
Yeah.
The answer is right or not? 10?
Yeah, 10 is the right answer because
10 is the right
yeah.
answer only if possible. The longest diameter, longest chord will be a diameter. If
Yeah.
AD is the diameter, the 10 is right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it is not possible. But
Yeah.
our question is not mentioned. It is a diameter. It is not diameter.
Yeah. So that's
Then
what I
how
was telling. How do we show that is the diameter?
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
But it is still a safe way. Okay, we can attempt this problem in some sense that we are not able to draw it in any other way.
Okay.
Means this is maybe risky, but okay, it's okay. One question can be risked because there is a high chance that this is actually 10, and actually the answer is 10. So
okay. Yes. Thank you.
okay. Again, the number of triangles in this figure. Should you attempt this question or not? There are 4 options. If you get 12, it is fine. No problem. But if you get 9, 10 or 11, then there is a problem. Let's just quickly count and see how many we get. You can count and tell how much you've got.
Ma'am, I got 12.
Okay, if you've got 12, perfect. You should definitely answer the question.
Ma'am, answer is 12.
Yeah.
I got 12.
9, 10. I've got 10. Oh, 11, 12. If you've got 12, you should definitely answer this question. Yeah. If you don't get 12, then it's safe not to answer this question. So 1 is the big triangle, then this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then this one, 11, 12. So there are 12 triangles. If you've got 12, then just answer and go ahead. If you don't get 12, then it's safe not to answer this question.
Ma'am, excuse me. It is a way to find the answer. It is the only way to find the answer.
Yeah. What else can you do? There's nothing else you can do, right?
If suppose more number of triangle, Yes, ma'am. It's suppose it have a simple problem, but in sometimes the figure having more number of triangles, how to calculate, ma'am? It is not possible. My suggestion, it is not possible to counting the fully counting the triangles.
Yeah,
But I
counting
think
problems are not easy. But the thing is, in the exam, they won't give you a very complicated figure as well. So
yes, ma'am.
These problems are actually risky. If you get the highest number, then you are fine. This is exactly like that least number of. This is like
Yes,
that
least
only.
number of triangle. Okay, we can.
No,
It is not
if
possible
we
to
did
count more
we
number of
skipped two
triangles.
problems on. Yeah, exactly. So why did we skip this question? It was asking for the least number. We don't know if there is a better way. And that's exactly why you should skip this problem also, because you don't know if there are more triangles. So if you get the highest number, then it is fine. But if you're getting a number less than the highest number, any 9, 10, 11 you get, then you shouldn't answer this question.
Okay.
If
If
you get
suppose
12,
my
you
question
should
is,
answer.
so in our option, having the 4 options are more than 25. I think 25, 30, 35, 40. These are the options of some question, but how to find how to calculate number of triangles?
No, they won't give you such problems because it is not easy to do such. So you have what 20 questions, of which you have to answer 15. So into 30 minutes is what is the
Yes.
yeah.
The
So
timing
they
is
will
too
give you
low.
problems accordingly. They won't give you problems where you will have to spend more time. Yeah.
Okay, maybe easiest one. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. The graph below shows the rainfall and temperature at a place over a week. Which day of the week will you feel the most humid? What should you do? Attempt or not attempt?
Geography.
Yeah. One thing that you need to know, what is the relationship between humidity, temperature, and rainfall, right? Because only then you can answer this question. The data given is for temperature and rainfall, and it's asked for humidity. So only if we know the relationship between them, we can attempt this question. So when it's really hot, do we feel humid? Humid is you sweat a lot, means, okay, not exactly sweating. You know, you feel that, how do I explain what humidity is? You feel some kind of wetness in the air and you also sweat at the same time. So unless we know the relation, we cannot attempt this question. So let's leave it for now and we will see how many.
When the temperature is greater and the rainfall is lower, then humidity is also greater.
When the temperature is high, you don't feel humid, right? You feel hot.
When rainfall is lower, then humidity is higher.
Okay. No, the actual relation is it's inversely proportional to humidity is inversely proportional to temperature. No, temperature and directly proportional to rainfall. So rainfall by temperature. This is the actual relation. Means it is raining and the temperature is low. Means there is more rainfall and less temperature. This is what is the relation between humidity, rainfall, and temperature. So unless we know this, we will not be able to answer this question. But once we know this, it is easy to answer. So let's skip this for the moment.
Monday, my suggestion is Monday, ma'am.
No, when it rains a lot, you don't feel humid, right?
But temperature is too high.
Ma'am, I think it's
The
Saturday.
temperature. Huh?
Temperature is high, but rainfall is too low. So both are inversely proportional. So
No,
this is
no.
the reason.
This is the thing. Humidity is directly proportional to rainfall. So there should be more rainfall and less temperature.
Oh, okay.
Ma'am, I think the answer is Thursday.
No, Saturday. No, there is a still higher rain here. Higher rainfall and higher temperature here.
It's Saturday.
Yeah. So it's Saturday, but let's assume this question is not answered because unless we know this, we will not be able to answer in the exam. Okay. The difference, the sum and product of two integers are in this proportion. The integers are. What will you do in this problem? Will you write x, y, z and solve? Two integers, difference, sum and product are in the ratio 1:3:10. How will you solve this problem?
Take the 4 options and try for the.
Yeah, that's the thing. Attempt it option wise. So what is the difference of 3 and 9? 6. The sum of 3 and 9 is 12. It is not in this ratio. So first option is not right. 2, 5. Difference is 3. Sum is 7. Not in the ratio. 5, 10. Difference is 5. Sum is 15. Okay, it is in the ratio. So what is the product? 50. 3, 1:10. Yeah, it is in the thing. Anyway, let's just check that this is not correct. 3:10, 3:10. Difference is 7. Sum is 13. So this is not right. This is correct. So for problems like these, if you do this, you will get the answer, but then it's going to take more time. Just go by the options and check which is the correct answer. This is a very easy question that you should definitely attempt. Okay. In a population of 900, so there are 900 people, the number of married couples is same as the number of singles. Okay. So couples plus singles is 900 and couples is equal to singles. Let's ignore this. Couples is equal to singles. There are 100 twins, of which 50 twins are singles. Okay, we have twins. 50 twins are singles. The population has 400 females. What is the number of married persons? What is the difference between married couples and married persons?
Couple consists of two persons.
Married couples consist of two people, ma'am. Married persons consist of one people.
Yeah. So when you talk about married person, you count the husband as one person, wife as another person. When you talk about couples, you talk as a pair, husband and wife as one. So we want the number of married persons. We get that information right away from the first line, right? The number of married couples is same as the number of singles. So if there are X singles, X couples are there, which means 2X people are there, right? X singles. So X couples. How many married people?
600.
Married people.
Yeah. Married people is 2X. And what do we know? We know X plus 2X is 900. Total number of people is 900. And we want the answer for 2X. So that's 600, right? Agreed?
Yes, miss.
So all this information is unwanted. With just the first line, we have got the answer.
Sorry, ma'am, but I want to ask 50 twins are single. What is the meaning of that line?
So 100 twins. When we talk about twins, we talk again as a pair, right?
Yes.
So there are 200 people, of which 100 people are single. They are all twins. Means 100 twins means we are talking about 200 people.
How can we conclude that x plus 2x is 900?
Population is 900. And out of the 900, you either have married couples or you have number of singles, right? Means singles or married. They are either single or they are married, right? That splits the population, right?
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I ask something?
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, how we take single person and couple person X? Same
Because it's
variable?
given that the number of married couples is as much as the number of singles. If
Okay,
there are
ma'am,
X
got it.
singles, there are X couples. Yeah. And if there are X couples, there are 2X married people, because X couples means we are talking about husband and wife. But when we talk about number of people, we talk about the husband and wife separately. The husband is one person, the wife is another person. So together we have 2X married people, and we know that the total population is this. Number of singles plus number of married people is equal to the total population.
Okay, ma'am, got it.
Yeah. Okay. A tells B, I could be visiting you on any day in the next 2 months, and you must give me gold coins as much total weight in grams as the number of days that would elapse from today. If gold coins are available in integer gram weights, what is the least number of coins with which B can meet A's demand on any day? Again, if we get 6 as the answer, then we are done. But anything other than that, you should probably skip. Is the question clear?
No.
Okay. A is telling to B. A is telling to B that starting from tomorrow, I will come any day in the next 2 months to visit you. And whenever I come to visit you, so say day 1, 2, 3, up to 62 is possible, right? 2 months. So the maximum number of days is 62, right? I can come on any one of these days to visit you. And whichever day I come, starting from today, you have to give me so many grams of gold. So if I come on the 3rd day, you have to give me 3 grams of gold. If I come on the 62nd day, you have to give me 62 grams of gold. So the question is, if gold coins are available in integer gram weights, so let's assume that all the grams, the gold coins are in integers, not in decimals, in integers. What is the least number of coins with which B can meet A's demand on any day? So how many coins should B have so that this demand can be met? One obvious answer is 62, right? If B has 62 1 gram coins, then the demand is met, right? If B has 62 1 gram coins, whichever day he comes, whichever day A comes, so many coins B will give. If A comes on the 3rd day, B will give 3 1 gram coins, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If A comes on the 50th day, B will give 50 coins. But that's not the optimum answer, right? That's just one of the cases. That, in fact, that's not even in the options. It's not necessarily it has to be 1 gram coins. It can be 2 gram coins.
31 2-gram coins, right?
No, but what if he comes on the 1st day? What will he do?
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, ma'am.
So this is not okay. So there should definitely be odd even, means at least one odd weight and one even weight should definitely be there, right? Okay, if he comes on the first day, we will just attempt. Okay, let's not answer this question. We will just attempt it now because we know the context of the problem. So if he comes on the first day, you need a 1 gram coin for sure, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And on the second day, you can have one more 1 gram coin, but I can do better. I can do 1 2 gram coin, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because if I put one more 1 gram coin, I'm unnecessarily increasing the number of coins. Okay, what will happen if he comes on the third day? Do I need a new coin?
No.
No. I have a 1 and 2. So that's fine. I will do 1 plus 2. On the fourth day,
Yes, 2 plus 2.
No, there is only one.
Yes.
Need a 1 gram coin or a 2 gram coin.
no, I can do better, right? I want bigger coins.
2 gram would be better.
I can take a 4 gram coin, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because if I do 1 plus 2 plus 1 or 2 plus 2, I'm unnecessarily increasing the number of coins. Now I have a 1 gram coin, 2 gram coin. And if I want to add one more 1 gram coin, that's not going to help me for bigger numbers, right? Instead, I can add a 4 gram coin. So 4 is sorted. Is 5 sorted?
Yes.
6 sorted?
With 4 and yes.
Yeah. 7 is also sorted because if I can do 3, I can do 4 plus 3. Then I need to include 8 gram coin, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So can you guess what will be the next coin that I need to include?
16.
16.
16.
And
32.
Yeah. Once 32 is done, that's it, right? I can go on up to 63 when I have 32, right? The next number that I will need is 64, but 64 is never going to come in the list. It's only up to 62, maximum 62 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once you've got 6, you are safe because there's no option which is smaller. So is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, please repeat it.
Okay. So did you understand the 1 to 3 days part?
Yes, ma'am.
If he comes on the first day, we will give a 1 gram coin. Means you need a 1 gram coin because without a 1 gram coin on day 1, you cannot give anything, right?
Yes, ma'am.
For day 2, it's better to give a 2 gram coin instead of 1 plus 1. And for day 3, because I have 1 and 2, it's going to be 1 plus 2. And on day 4, I need a 4 gram coin because with 1 and 2, I cannot just do things with 1 and 2, right? I want to minimize the number of coins. So yeah, so I will include a 4 gram coin. And once I have a 4 gram coin, I am done with 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? It's like a binary thing. Yeah. So after that, after 7, at 8, I will have a problem. So I will introduce an 8 gram coin, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So now is it clear how it goes on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the least number of coins that I want is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this question also should be attempted only if you get 6 as an answer. Otherwise, you should ignore this question. So let's consider this ignored. Let's see how many we have answered then. Okay. A girl is running at constant speed to catch a bus which is stationary. So the girl's speed is constant. With that, can we eliminate one of the options? Which of these graphs describes the situation correctly? So we need to look at the graph. So the dotted lines is for the girl. Girl has constant speed. Can you eliminate any options from that?
Ma'am, 3 or 4 eliminate.
Yeah. Constant speed. So it's going to be either 1 or 2. Before she reaches the bus leaves and moves with a constant acceleration. So constant acceleration for the bus, which means this line is correct, right? Speed by time is constant.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is a constant. So speed is equal to some constant times t. So this line makes sense. But how do we identify whether it is 1 or 2?
Bus is stationary for.
Right. So the bus is stationary, and when she reaches the bus, means before she reaches the bus leaves. So the bus is stationary initially. When it is stationary, the acceleration is 0, right? Or the speed is 0. So this portion tells that the bus is stationary, right? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So the bus is stationary, makes sure that second option is correct. Okay. A partially filled R glass has water falling from the upper bowl to the lower bowl. Which of the following statements is correct? Okay, so we have an hourglass. A bad picture, but okay, let's adjust. So we have an hourglass, and then there's water filled in it, and there's water flowing from the top part to the lower part. The level of water rises in the lower bowl at the same rate as the fall in the upper bowl. The level of water rises in the lower bowl at half the rate as the fall in the upper bowl. The rate of increase in the volume of water in the lower bowl is the same as the rate of decrease in the upper bowl. The area of top surface of the water column is the same in both bowls at all times. Do you want to attempt this question or not? Do you want to attempt it?
No, ma'am, we should not. Ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, you might unnecessarily waste time calculating what is the rate and all that. So it's better not to attempt this question.
But shall I guess the answer, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
And C might be the answer, ma'am.
C.
Yeah, it's general knowledge kind of. No, the rate, the increase in volume at the bottom portion is going to be equal to the decrease in volume in the top portion, because water is not going out of the hourglass, right? So the water is going to be inside this glass only. So because of that, option C is correct. Yes, but in general, if this thing doesn't click immediately, it's better not to attempt this question. Okay, so let's consider this question also ignored. Let's not count it for the final count. Okay, find out the next figure in the sequence. These type of questions definitely have to be attempted. Find out the next figure in the sequence. So what is happening here? A, B, C, D. So A has moved one position here, A, B, C, D. A has moved one position here. So what should be the next position of A?
Top left corner.
Top left corner.
Top left corner. So this is eliminated. This is there. This is eliminated.
Option C.
Okay, so let's check. Arrow is pointing downwards, upwards, downwards. So it has to point upwards. Yes, that's it. So 20 questions done. Let's see how many we have attempted. We have taken a lot of time, but that's because we discussed. Otherwise, it would have maybe happened in half an hour. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 but risky, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's a really good number. 13 means you will definitely get 26 marks, of which one question was risky. So even if that is wrong, 24 minus 0.5, 23.5, that's a really good score. So even with all the questions, even ignoring questions where we might have a doubt, we are getting 26 marks, which is a really good number. So you should just, maybe if you put a little more attempt in the remaining questions, you will be able to get that 30 as well. So let's ignore such questions. Definitely ignore such questions, because there is some kind of signs involved. Maybe if we know that signs, we will be able to answer directly. But it's tricky because all the options are somewhat talking the same thing. So ignore such questions. This we have done. This question. So what is the least number of moves in which we can do? So we want to cover only points inside the square, but we have an extra line and row and column of points as well. So how do you think we can move to cover all the points inside the square?
I think the answer
I
is
think we
6.
can do it at 4. We can.
Oh, if you've got
we
4,
take a middle
then
point,
what will you do after this?
Just go
ma'am, if
down,
we take a
straight
middle,
down.
Okay.
Go upwards diagonally.
Okay. All the way, right?
Yeah. Then straight left all the way and down to the center.
Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the answer. But it's not easy to get this solution at the first attempt. So it's better not to attempt such problems, because 4 is the smallest number. If you get 4, then it is fine. But if you get any other number, then probably you should skip the question. And this is done. Yeah. There are 9 identical balls, one of which is heavier than the other 8. What is the least number of weighings using a 2-pan balance? So we have a balance. We have a pan here and a pan here. And how many times should we weigh to identify the heavier ball? What is the least number? What is it?
One. If you fix one, there is taken is one of which is heavier than other 8. If you fix in one pane,
but you don't know which one is heavier, no? You have to find out that.
Yeah, but if you fix it with one and other on 8, which are smaller, then you have to identify how it is. It is only one. You have to fix it, and other you have to wait on it.
But then that way you have to do 8 attempts, right? You're telling you will keep one ball here, and then you will keep one ball, every other ball here, and one by one you will check. In that way you have to do 8 attempts, right? 8 times you have to weigh. That's a lot. Option, the maximum is 4. So there is definitely a better. You can do 4 here, 4 here, and one ball will be outside. So if these two are of the same weight, then this is the heaviest ball, right? If one of these two is heavier, and then what do you do? If one of these
And
two is
we
heavier, yeah, we'll take
we
the heavier
eliminate the
one,
other group. Yes.
and then you will do 2, 2. And then whichever is heavier, you will do 1, 1. So this is 3 attempts. No, you can do still better. Why keep only one ball outside? Three, 3, 3. How does this work? Suppose these two, one of these two is heavier. I know that the heavier ball is in that group. If these two are equal, I know the heavier ball is in this group. And then what do I do?
Ma'am, least number of weighing is 1.
Then 1, 1.
Because
Right?
Yeah.
If
Then 1, 1, 1.
both,
Yeah.
if these two are equal, then the other one is the heavier one.
No, but then there are 3 balls, no?
Take any 2 of them.
Take
If
any
they're
2 of them,
equal.
keep 1, 1. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, at this stage, yes. If one of them is heavier, then the answer is done. If these two are equal, then this is the heaviest one. So 2 is the best option. There's no way in one weighing you can check it. That was obvious, right? So again, we need to think of this solution, which might not strike us immediately. So again, this is safe to be ignored. This we already answered, 12. And then this, if we know this relation, then we know that Saturday is the answer. So yeah, I guess it was a pretty good paper, right? Like 13 answers is pretty good. 26 marks is a lot actually from part A. So even when you're practicing for the exam, you should practice in such a way that you have 2.5 hours for the math part. Yeah, yeah.
Earlier question is weighing of the least number of weighing. Yes, ma'am. If there is 9 balls, identical balls.
Yeah.
So when you take a given is that one of which is heavier than other 8. Then if other 8 say when it is one which is heavier. So if we take 4 in one ball and 4 in other ball, and if you get one on any one of this, then you got heavier in one weighing.
No, but that's not the outcome, no? This may not be the heavier ball always. It can be here or here also.
It can be because of one of which is heavier than the other 8. Within 9 in 9 balls, there is one which is heavier than other 8.
Yes.
Then there is 4 in one pan and other in 4 in other pan.
Yeah.
When you take one which is heavier.
No, but you don't know. No, you don't know which one is heavier. That is what you should do. Identifying the heavier ball. How many times you need to weigh to identify the heavier ball? You don't know the one.
But when there is a given identical balls, so you have only one way.
No, what if all the balls are of 1 gram and the heavier ball is of 1.1 gram? You're not going to be able to identify it, right? Means you have to put it on the pan and see which one is heavier.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are you telling? You're telling that you know the one that is heavier, is it?
Yes.
No, but we don't know, no? We have to identify. They all look the same. So looking at it, we will not be able to identify which is heavier. So we have to weigh and see which one is heavier. And how many times you need to weigh to check the heavier one, to identify the heavier one.
Then
yeah,
you have to find out number of weighing. Yeah.
Number of
number of
weighings.
weighings.
How many times you have to weigh to actually identify the heavier ball?
Yes.
So what is
When
the
you take
solution?
4 and 4, 4, when you take equally 4, 4 on 2 pan, then they are balanced. When you given one other, one
No,
extra
what if
ball.
it is not balanced? Say suppose
Yes,
this is this and then the heavier ball is here.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is going to go down, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then what will you do?
Then
You know
it
that
is,
one
then
of
there
these
is
4
the-
is heavy.
Yes,
You can
ma'am.
ignore this, you can ignore this. So now you have, how will you find out from here? Which one is heavier?
This right hand side.
From here, out of these 4, how will you identify which one is heavier? Again, you will split it into 2, right? You'll keep 2 on one pan, 2 on the other pan. So because the heavier ball is here, this will go down. So I know this is, one of these 2 is heavy. How will you check which one is heavy? I have to keep one on one pan, the other on the other pan. Whichever goes down, that is the heavier ball, right? So 1, 2, 3. You're doing 3 weighings, right? 3 times you are weighing and checking. But that's not the least. I have given a better option, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So 3, 3, 3. If one of these 2 is heavier, that of whichever one is heavier, that will have the heavier ball. If these 2 are equal, this will have the heavier ball. So I will have like this. Now from here, I will put 2 of these balls in the pan and keep one outside. This will be in the pan. This will be outside. So if this is heavier, then that is it. If these 2 are equal, then the one that is outside is heavier. So this is 2 attempts. 1 attempt, 2 attempt.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So since they've asked for the least number, you have to, that's why this problem is risky, because you couldn't think of a solution better than this, right? But there is actually a solution better. So in such cases, it's better to ignore the question. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so shall we proceed to the next question paper maybe quickly? Vinod sir, can we proceed or should we stop?
Yes, we can go for more than 30 minutes.
We
Okay.
can proceed now.
Okay. So the next paper, that is June 2016, it is more of, means there's a lot of mathematics in it. So yeah, this one you should be able to do much better than the previous one, I guess. Okay, next figure in the sequence. This is a must attempt question. So this O is here and then next.
Ma'am, option 3.
So it has come diagonally opposite in C. So here it has to be below. So yeah, there is only one option with that. Right? So is it clear to everyone that option 3 is correct? And that's straightforward. Even without the ball inside, with the one outside, you can identify. Clear to everyone?
Okay.
Okay. So one question done. Okay. For a certain regular solid, the number of faces plus vertices minus the number of edges is 2. This we know, right? This we always know. Number of faces plus vertices is equal to number of edges plus 2.
Euler formula.
Yeah. For 3 such distinct, not touching each other objects, what is the total value of faces plus vertices minus edges? We have 3 distinct solids. This you should answer in a second.
6.
Yeah. For each of the solids, I'm going to get a 2, right? For the first solid, it's going to be 2. For the second solid, 2. For the third solid, 2. So the total is going to be 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6. Is it clear what the question asked and how the answer is 6?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Abdul travels thrice the distance Catherine travels. So let's just write that down. Abdul travels thrice the distance Catherine travels, which is also twice the distance Binoy travels. Okay. So this is distance. Catherine's speed is 1/3 of Abdul's speed, which is also half Binoy's speed. This is speed. If they start at the same time, then who reaches first? Okay, what do we do? How do we find out who reaches first?
Time.
Yeah. So speed is equal to distance by time. So time is equal to distance by speed. So this is what we have to calculate. So let's do it for each one of them. So if we have something like this, we can put what? You can put either A, B or C to be 1 and then do, right? That will be the simplest. You can take either Abdul traveled 1 unit distance or Catherine traveled 1 unit distance or Binoy traveled 1 unit distance. It is always better to put a big number, means C is equal to 1, because then A will become 3. In fact, you can put C is equal to, okay, if this is the case, then what is B? B is 2C, 3 is equal to 2B. So B will be
3 by 2.
3 by 2.
3 by 2.
Yeah. So you can even put C is equal to 2. Then you won't get this fraction. Okay. So let's write it down. Distance, speed, time. And this is Abdul, Catherine, Binoy. Catherine's, okay, let's put A, B, C. Catherine's distance is 1. Abdul's distance is 3. Binoy's distance is 3 by 2. Speed, we can put Catherine is equal to 1 again, right? Then we will get Abdul's speed is 3. Binoy's speed is 2. So this is 1. This is 3 by 2 divided by 2, 3 by 4. 1, 1, 1. So if they start at the same time, who reaches first?
Abdul as well as Catherine.
Who reaches first?
Binoy.
Abdul and Catherine.
Binoy reaches first, right? Because the time taken is lesser than the time taken by Abdul and Catherine. So Binoy reaches first. So is it clear what we did here? How we got this 3, 3, 3 by 2, 2, 1, 1 and all? We just fixed Catherine's distance and speed to be 1. And then with respect to that, we got what is Abdul's distance, Abdul's speed, Binoy's distance and Binoy's speed, and time we calculated by using the formula distance by speed. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So nice. 3 on 3 already. It takes 2 hours for Tiwari and Dio to do a job. So Tiwari plus Dio, 2 hours. Okay, when we have such problems, work and time, we actually write down the capacity, work capacity, right? How do we solve work time problem? We write down what is their working capacity in 1 hour, right? So if they take 2 hours to do a job, in 1 hour, they do half the job, right? So the working capacity of Tiwari and Dio together is half. That is, they take 2 hours to do the job. And Tiwari and Hari take 3 hours. So which means their working capacity is 1 by 3. Dio and Hari take 6 hours to do the job. So their working capacity is 1 by 6. Which of the following statements is incorrect? So whenever you have an incorrect, you just underline it and keep it highlighted so that you will remember that you need to look for the wrong option. So once we have these three equations, can we find out the working capacity of each person? Yeah. So T plus D is 1 by 2, T plus H is 1 by 3, D plus H is 1 by 6. So if I subtract these two, I'll get T minus D is equal to 1 by 3 minus 1 by 6 is 1 by 6. And then when I add these two, 2T will be 1 by 2 plus 1 by 6. 4 by 6, 2 by 3. So T is 1 by 3. Tiwari does the job in 3 hours. This is a correct answer, right? The working capacity of Tiwari is 1 by 3, which means he takes 3 hours to complete one job, right? And we can substitute that here, and then DO becomes 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. So that's 1 by 6. So DO alone can do the job in 6 hours. That is also a correct option, right? So this we can substitute here. Hari becomes 0. Hari does not work at all is a correct option, right? So the incorrect option is Hari is the fastest worker. This is a work time problem. So this is how we usually do it. This we have studied in school. Right? Shall I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So 4 on 4 actually. Okay. Equilateral triangles are drawn one inside the other as shown. What is the ratio of the shaded areas? So if this is an equilateral triangle, what is D and F? This is an equilateral triangle. This is also an equilateral triangle. So what is D and F? DFE.
DEF will be also a equilateral triangle.
And they will be actually the midpoints of these sides, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They will be the midpoints of these sides. So, and then what happens? This is an equilateral.
The answer will be C.
Answer will be C. Okay, let's check. So this is this triangle and this triangle will be equal. And this is inside that triangle. So this is again half of this, right? Means the area is going to be, what is the ratio of the two shaded areas? So this triangle, what will be the sides of this triangle? What will be the length of the sides of this triangle? What is GH equal to? It's equal to half DF, right? What is that theorem? Basic proportionality theorem or something. We get that all this is a conclusion from that theorem, right? Yes? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
why,
ma'am.
why is there so much silence? So is this clear? Means it's a consequence of.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what is the area of an equilateral triangle? Root 3 by 2 a squared or something, right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So a squared, there is a relation, means square of the side is what happens to the area. So what we have for the other one is a by 2 square. It's half the side. If this side is a, then this side is a by 2. So the area is going to be 4:1 ratio, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So 5 on 5 actually. Okay. A train running at 36 kilometers per hour crosses a mark on the platform in 8 seconds. Okay, so we have a platform. This is the platform. There is a mark on the platform. A train crosses this mark in 8 seconds. So if it crosses this mark in 8 seconds, what do we get information out of that? There is a mark. The train is here. From this point to this point, it takes 8 seconds. So what information do we get? Yeah, the length of the train. And takes 8 seconds to cross the platform. What is the length of the platform? Okay, it's all in meters and seconds. So let's first convert 36 kilometers per hour into meter per second. So what do we do? Meter per second, 5 by 18, I guess, right? So that's 10 meter per second. This is the speed of the train. So the length of the train is speed. What? Speed is equal to distance by time. So distance is equal to speed into time. So speed is 10 meter per second. Time is 8 seconds. So 80 meters. The length of the train is 80 meters. Now the question is, what is the length of the platform? So the train, which is 80 meters long, from here to here, it takes 20 seconds. So what is given? What is the total distance covered that we need to calculate?
$80 plus platform.
Perfect.
Length.
So the length of the platform plus 80 is covered in
28 seconds.
20 seconds, right? By 28?
20 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes, my friend.
So length of the platform, say it's P plus 80. This is distance
200.
by time is equal to speed. Speed is what? 10 meter per second. So P plus 80 is 200. So P is 120. The length of the platform is 120. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Great. 6 on 6. Okay. Again, a math question. When a polynomial f of x is divided by x minus 5 or x minus 3 or x minus 2, it leaves a remainder of 1. So f of x is equal to x minus 5 into p of x plus 1. Some quotient, right? So what does this mean? F of x minus 1 is divisible by x minus 5, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So same holds for x minus 3 and x minus 2 as well, right? And what do we know? The options are all third degree polynomials. So we actually know the roots of this equation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Minus 1 is equal to 0. We actually know the roots of this equation. From that, we can easily build the polynomial, right? What is it? Coefficient of x cube is all 1. You see that only the constant terms are different. Everything else is the same. So the coefficient of x squared, will be sum of the roots, that is 5 plus 3 plus 2, right? Minus sum of the roots plus sum of the roots taken 2 at a time. You needn't check all this. Everything is the same. You just need to check the constant term. And how do we get the constant term from the roots?
Multiplication.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
you just product.
three.
Yeah. You just find the product of the roots, and the product of the roots is 30. So we are actually looking for roots of this equation. We know that f of x minus 1 is x minus 5 into x minus 3 into x minus 2. We are interested only in the constant term. So what is that constant term here? Minus 30, right?
Minus 30.
So when this minus 1 goes to the other side, I'll get minus 29. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is also a straightforward question. Great. 7 on 7. Okay. The diagram shows the top view and cross section of a pond having a square outline and equal sized steps of 0.5 meter width and 0.1 meter height. Okay. So all this is given. What will be the volume of water in the pond when it is completely filled? So how do we calculate? So we need to calculate the volume of this, volume of this, volume of this, volume of this. What is the volume here? This portion? It's a square. Cuboid. How will we calculate the volume?
7 into 7 into 7.
7 into 7 into, no, the height is 0.1, no?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So then this width is 0.5. So what is the length of this square?
8.
Yeah, this is 0.5 and this is 0.5. So the next is square. This portion is going to have volume 8 into 8 into 0.1. And what about the next one? This one?
Nine.
And this one is 10. That's what is given. So we can write it directly, right? 7 squared plus 8 squared plus 9 squared plus 10 squared into 0.1. Agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just need to calculate this. 49 plus 64 plus 81 plus 100. So one thing, the number has to end with 4. So not this option, not this option.
29.4.
Okay, it's 29.4. Yeah, it won't be 194 also because we have more than 200 here itself. Okay, fine. Okay, geometry. D is a point on AC and angle ADB is equal to angle ADC. Huh? AD, I think it should be ABC. Yeah. These two angles are equal. Then what is BD? What can we tell? We want BD. So we want the length of one of the sides of the smaller triangle ADB, and we have lengths of the triangle ABC. So can you see if there is some relation between these two? We have two triangles. So what do we look for?
Ma'am,
yeah.
What are the equal angles? ADB and I think it is BDC. BDC.
No, this one.
It cannot
ABC.
be ABC. I don't think so.
No, these two angles
It's
are
an
equal.
obtuse angle, right?
Okay, maybe the figure doesn't say so, but yeah, these two angles are equal.
Yeah, fine. Okay.
Okay.
Can we take similar?
Yeah, how can you tell they are similar?
6 by 12 is 1 by 2 and
No, how are these two triangles similar? By what?
AB equals to AB.
There is a common side.
Same angle.
There is a common angle. And these two angles are equal. So by ASA axiom, these two triangles are similar. So from that we can find out what BD is. So ADB. Okay, so this is fine. So AD by AB is equal to AB by AC is equal to DB by BC. We know AC, AD we don't know. AD by AB is 6, AB is 6, AC is 12, BD is what we need, BC is 8. So from this we can find out. 4, right? 1 by 2, 4. Yeah. So this is a pretty simple problem, right? In fact, all problems are more of mathematical than logical, right? Are you all tired, feeling hungry or sleepy?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So maybe let's quickly finish it off. Okay. So now we have a logical question. A notebook contains only 100 statements as under. This notebook contains 1 false statement. This notebook contains 2 false statements, etc. This notebook contains 99 false statements. This notebook contains 100 false statements. Which of the statements is correct? Go statement by statement. Can the first statement be correct? Can the first statement be correct?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, maybe.
No, if you say that the first statement contains 1 false statement, then which is the false statement? Suppose the second statement is false. Then it says the notebook contains 2 false statements. Means, okay, say for example, the statement, this notebook contains 100 false statements is a false statement. Then there's a contradiction, right? Can you see there is a contradiction?
Ma'am, can you explain this question once more?
Okay, so there is a notebook in which there are only 100 statements written. So the first statement is this notebook contains 1 false statement. The second statement is this notebook contains 2 false statements, etc. So like that, the 100th statement is this notebook contains 100 false statements, out of which
99 statement patch.
okay. So you're telling that the 99th statement is correct, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How can you explain?
100th statement is contradiction.
If you, okay, suppose the 100th statement is correct, what does it say? This notebook contains 100 false statements. But that cannot be true, right? Because the 100th statement is true, you're telling. Right? If the 100th statement is
I think.
No, if it is 1, you're saying this notebook contains 1 false statement. But all these statements are false. No, 99 statements are false according to the statement 1.
But it does not say that there is no more than one statement is false.
No, it says exactly. Contains 1 false statement, which means that there is 1 false statement. It doesn't say at least 1. Right, the 99th statement is correct, right? This notebook contains 99 false statements. Other than this statement, every other statement is false.
How that 100th statement is false?
Because there is 1 correct statement, no? If 100th statement is correct,
Yes.
Yeah.
But that 99 statement also says that 99 false statements are there.
Yeah.
So it will also include that 99th statement. So how it is correct?
No. If the 99th statement is correct, every other statement is false, right? So the remaining 99 statements are false.
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Yeah. So the first statement cannot be true, because if the first statement is true, then all these statements are false, right? But the first statement says there is only 1 false statement. So, but then you're getting 99 false statements. So the first statement cannot be true. Likewise, no statement can be true other than the 99th statement. Is it clear to everyone? This is a logical question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if you think you're
Explain one
spending...
more.
Okay. So if you think you're spending more time on this, you can ignore such questions, but it's actually a simple question. Okay. So what does this say? The notebook contains 1 false statement. Suppose this statement is true. What does it mean?
One false statement.
There is only 1 false statement among all the other 99 statements, right? So say, suppose that false statement is the second statement. This notebook contains 2 false statements. So say this is false. But then the third statement will be true, right? Because there is only 1 false statement according to the first statement. Right? So the third statement says this notebook contains 3 false statements. But then that's a contradiction to this, right? Because you have told that the statement contains only 1 false statement. Or even simpler, if this notebook contains only 1 false statement is true, out of the other 99, 98 statements are true, right? Because it contains only 1 false statement. Right? But that cannot be true, because all the other statements cannot be simultaneously true.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Option A, I think, right, ma'am. Let me explain, ma'am. If 100, if this note contains 100 false statement means everything is false. That means it satisfies first this notebook contains 1 false statement. Yeah, if 100, 1 is false. They are not saying only 1. They are not saying only 1, only 2. Like that, 100, every 100 is false. They are saying.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Then if
But then
nine,
you're telling the 100th statement is correct, no?
yeah, it means every 100 statement is.
But in that way, the 100th statement will be true.
Huh. You're telling that the 100th statement is true.
They
So
are
it cannot contain 100
So there
false
is only
statements.
99.
No, 99 false statements.
The correct answer key is there, no? Is there for this?
Yeah. This is the correct answer.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Logically also this is the correct answer, right?
Yeah.
You understand why this cannot be true? This one. If the 100th statement is correct, then this notebook should contain 100 false statements, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
But there are only 100 statements in total, of which you're telling one is already correct. That's a contradiction, right? If this is correct, only the remaining 99 are false.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Understand.
Okay. The function f of x is plotted against x as shown. Extrapolate and find the value of the function at x is equal to -1. Okay, can you quickly look and tell what is the relationship? At 0, it's 0.1. At 1, it is 1. At 2, it is 10. At 3, it is 100.
Hello, Sushmitha.
Yes, sir.
Shall we go for problem? Because time is around.
Sir, can you please repeat?
I am asking, shall we go for an interactive session after this problem?
Okay, so can you tell me what is the relation? 0 is 0.1, 1 is 1, 2 is 10, 3 is 100.
Ma'am, the answer is 0.01, is it?
Yes. What is the relation that you found?
At 1, it is 1, and at 0, it is 1 by 10, and then at -1, it will be 1 by 10 raised to 2.
Yeah. So this is the relation, right? X goes to 10 power x minus 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So from this, you will get that at x is equal to -1, it will be 10 power minus 2. So that's this. So at least this question paper questions are easy, right? It's more of mathematical thing. So, and even if we exclude 1 or 2, we have actually done all. Okay, so we will stop here then. And I'll maybe share this PDF on the group.
Yeah, that we can do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sushmitha, for today's wonderful session. And I'm sure that all the participants have really enjoyed this session. Now it is the time for interaction. Dear participants, please come forward and keep your video and audio on and share your comments or ask your doubts.
I hope I didn't bore you all too much.
No, ma'am, it's a wonderful section.
Okay.
We enjoyed a lot. The interest is much.
Yeah,
please,
so one thing, the takeaway from this session is you shouldn't skip part A. That's it. Because there may be questions which are very simple and 2 marks is a lot.
Yes, please introduce yourself and speak something, keeping your video mode on. Because that will be really a nice experience. Our speaker is speaking to the laptop for a long 2.5 hours, so it will be better if some of you can express your views.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
I'm Gayatri. I have studied in Miranda House College. First of all, it was a very nice class, and the way how you explain every question and answer was very clear, so that everyone could understand you. And thank you so much for such a wonderful class. And thank you, Vinod sir, for conducting this class also. Thank you.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gayatri. Yes, others?
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, Anamika.
Ma'am, I am Anamika from Zamudin Sukuraipan College, Kozhikode. Ma'am, this was a wonderful session for us, and you taught how we want to approach these questions and which are the simplest question we can approach and how we can approach these questions. It was too wonderful and lovable session, ma'am. Thank you so much for spending this much time for us. Thank you, and thank you, Vinod sir, for arranging such a wonderful session for us.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you.
Anamika. Thank you, Anamika.
Sir,
Yeah.
I'm Nandana from Zamudin Gurarapan College, Calicut. And thank you, ma'am, for spending your valuable time for us and giving more information about this section. And most of the questions are logical, and I got how we can face these type of questions. And
I think
for spending your time for us.
Thank you, Nandana. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
it helped.
Yeah.
Ma'am, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes.
Good
Ma'am,
afternoon.
I'm Nanda Kumar from Tamil Nadu, Tiruchirappalli, ma'am. Thank
Hello,
you so
Nandana. Yeah.
much for this beautiful session, ma'am. I have already studied 48 questions, ma'am, but I have studied it in a logical way. But I have now know that the reason behind every question, the mathematical reason behind every question that I have known from your lecture, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nanda Kumar. Others? Harita, you started to say something.
Hi, sir. Hi, ma'am. I'm Harita from Atoma College in Mitra, Malappuram. It was a very nice session, very interesting section actually. It is my first time seeing net questions part A, and it's very interesting too. And the session was very active, and the interaction sessions were very good. For giving us chance to talk, and every time someone has a doubt, you are explaining everything again, and with a happy smile. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us. It was very useful session, and thank you, sir, for such a wonderful session. Thank you.
My pleasure, Harita. Thank you.
Thank you, Harita. Others?
Hello, and I'm a second student from IIT. Ma'am, today's session was very helpful for us because our NET exam is coming, and you explained the problems and the logic behind very well. Very interesting and a helpful session for us. Thank you so much for doing this session, and also thank you so much, sir, for conducting this session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Tudhi. Tudhi is from NIT Trichy. Any others?
I am Dharmendra Singh from EARC Visakhapatnam. Session
afternoon,
is
sir.
very nice and informative.
Yeah, continue, Dharmendra.
Session is very nice and informative and very logical, and we enjoy it mostly. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Only,
First time I am interacting in class is your class, ma'am. Very useful
Okay.
and very informative, ma'am. I'm from Tamil Venkatesh,
you.
from Tamil Nadu. Completed
Okay.
MS MPhil and studying for NET exam, ma'am, by guidance of Vinod Kumar.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you,
All
ma'am,
the
for
best.
the class.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, English.
Thank you, sir.
Any others?
Sir, am I
I
audible?
guess Malavika. Yeah.
I'm Malavika, B.Sc Maths student of Zamorans Gurarapan College, Kozhikode. Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful session. We really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable time with us and also for your effort. Thank you, Vinod sir, for conducting such a wonderful session for us. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Malavika. Okay, is there any other one? Yeah, please do come forward. No need to be shy. So I think many people have completely exhausted their data because
yeah.
maybe. So Jiva Priya is commenting something in that.
Thank you, Jiva Priya.
So I think let us wind up here.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to take an entire question paper because when they are studying, they'll be studying questions of the same type. But I felt looking at an entire question paper one at a time would be a better approach. Yeah, because that's what they'll be doing in the exam hall.
Yeah. That will give a holistic approach also. So that will certainly make them confident, I think. So once again, I would like to express my sincere thanks and gratitude to Sushmitha ma'am for being with us since the last year.
Asking. Okay. Because even I study while I prepare for the session, so it's good for me as well.
So thank you once again. Thank you. Let us wind up here.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.